Hello, hello, and welcome to something completely different. Um, this is some Kerbal Space Program. It's a game that I've been enjoying lately, and it's not that I want to start making this type of content or be like a game YouTuber or anything. But it's just something that I've been playing around with, and I thought some of you guys might enjoy. So what I have here, or what I'm about to do, is going to find my retrieval there. And I'm going to be trying to rescue some Kerbals from Minmus, which is the second moon of Kerbal, which is the Earth analog in Kerbal Space Program. I'm gonna see what the game is about. This is a rocket that I've already built, and we're gonna see what the game is about in just a moment. What I'm going to need though is a scientist. So Bob Kerman is gonna be coming with us on this mission, and other than that, I think this rocket is pretty much set to go. So we're going to be launching it. And I have this webcam thing running and I'm not really used to it. So if I sit and do some fucking derpy faces while I play, then that's probably to be expected. Yeah. Give it a slight amount of thrust of those thrusters we begin with, so that we don't expend too much fuel. We want to be using the solid fuel boosters to get us as far as we can before we start using our liquid boosters in earnest. And I'm just going to be trying to do like a rough orbit by hand here. I don't have all the tracking station upgrades and whatnot, which would give you some more options for automatic navigation and such. Though it's all quite limited. It's took a while to get used to. Our altitude is climbing, and we're about ready to ditch the first stage. Just waiting for them to run out here. It'll be those two here on the side, the small ones. So and off they go. It's a little bit dangerous there. They started pointing inwards. Don't like that. But it all worked out. I'm going to be trying to wait for these solid fuel boosters to burn out as well, and then I'm going to try to change my inclination a slight bit. If they could get me to like 20,000 meters, that would be nice. But it's probably asking a bit too much at this point. And I kind of want to save some of my liquid fuel here. And off the solid fuel boosters go. And at this point I'm pretty high up, thin atmosphere. Gonna burn off the last bit of liquid fuel. Trying to get some a little bit sideways here. And off with that thing, and next stage. So still trying to figure out. Okay, let's see how our apoapsis is like. Okay, it's not too bad. I think I'm gonna start burning this way now. So what we're trying to do is achieve enough transversal velocity to get an orbit, which I will then adjust and try to hit Minmus, which is out there. My apoapsis is still climbing, so it's, oh, did my first stage just go out? Oh no. It's all good. Once I have my apoapsis high enough, I'm just gonna point the last 10 degrees down and burn completely sideways. It's not quite there yet. Though I am getting up in the thinner parts of the atmosphere, so I'm quite happy with that. I think this is going to be a pretty efficient burn. And did an asparagus staging with the fuel lines, what you see here. Which means that all the engines are going to be running, but they're going to be draining from the outmost fuel tanks first, so that I can drop off the weight incrementally as they empty. So, about ready to ditch the first two here. And off. Oh, three! Did three at a time, apparently. That's just the kind of rocket this is, I suppose. Two at a time would be a little bit more efficient, I reckon. Maybe I just get lazy with it. And apoapsis is looking quite good for now. I just don't want to be going too slowly at this point. All the way out of the atmosphere. No, I'm going to point up a little bit still. So, this part out here is basically the return craft, and I would prefer not using too much of its fuel on the way there. So that's why I'm trying to get an efficient burn here. It's going to take a little while because these Terrier engines are quite weak, but they are efficient in that they don't weigh very much. So decent fuel efficiency on them as well. And then perhaps is still slightly climbing. The blue line you see here, that's our trajectory. And the latest update, it makes it fade part of it that you haven't been to, but once you get larger trajectories around the solar system, it gets a little bit buggy if you ask me, but I suppose they'll have that fixed soon enough. Other stuff on here. Gimbal? Yeah, gimbal. That's the direction orientation thing on the engines. I have a Poodle engine in the middle, which is a slightly larger engine. It's not very efficient inside of an atmosphere, but it's nice in a vacuum. And a large fuel tank in the middle, which will be the final one to drain. Almost ready to ditch the next stage here. Turning on the landing lights. Whoa, that's a bad idea. Just ditch these two, but what's going to happen now is heat shield took off the brunt of it. That's good. Just going to see what happened here. Projective nose cone collided into heat shield and stacked. That's all right. That's all right. Everything's still good. And our last travel stage here being used to finalize our orbit. Takes quite a bit of velocity to get out of the atmosphere and all the way around. And on we go. Bob's looking excited there. Starting to look like somewhat of an orbit. It's going to point down now because that apoapsis is quite high enough. So if I can finalize this orbit without using too much fuel here. Now you'll see a fault with this design if I make it all the way there and back. Because that heat shield there, it's not heavy enough. Oh, that might be our orbit happening. Oh. Yep. Looking good. Perhaps is rising, but I'm just gonna wait for this to hit about 100k. Looks good to me. Alright, and then add a maneuver here. Because what I want is, first of all, target target Minmus. And oh, we have an ascending and a descending node. So what first thing I want to do, add a maneuver here to adjust our inclination to match Minmus's. I'm trying to match the purple line to the yellow line, in case anyone was wondering. And when the AN, oh, there. Why does it say 0 meters per second burn? That doesn't. Alright. No wait, this is strange. Alright. Nope. Add maneuver. Get him to about there. Turn the craft slowly towards the target marker on the nav ball, which is the blue one. In an attempt to adjust our inclination, we'll be burning 227 meters per second speed, which will cost us some fuel, but hopefully will make the Minmus encounter easier. And now correcting our trajectory. I sound very professional, don't I? Trying to launch Bob to Minmus. Looking at this, it should be doable. Great. Alright, so what do we have here? We have our periapsis. So if you add a maneuver there, that's going to be our most efficient point to try to launch off from. See how close we can get to Minmus. That doesn't look like it's going to hit. Or maybe I don't have my target set. Oh, I was just shooting for the moon. Oh, shoot for the moon. Shoot for the Minmus. Take us quite a decent amount of burn. Okay, target position is close as approach. That's not going to be useful for us. So if I Just a little bit there. Ugh. Here, maybe. And then, yeah, I'll take that. All right. So, T-minus 27 minutes. I'm going to be fast forwarding through most. Oh, why did it pop up the arrow so late? Never mind. And I can't change my orientation while I'm doing the time dilation thing. So, what I can do though, this is a nice little trick for the people who do play this game, is once you do hit the target marker there, instead of drifting on, you can just pause it by yeah. So that's a little bit of a bug there, I think, but it's very useful. And I'm just gonna fast forward through most of this. And the reason why I'm staying on this screen for this is because I want to make sure that the orbit that I end up burning till it does hit Minmus's trajectory, so that I don't have to adjust it too much. Oh, stop. And now. I'm spot on. Just waiting for the blue circle to get larger here. See how the craft looks while it's at it. It's a little bit laggy here. Have lights still? I do. I'm gonna use those when I land if I end up on the dark side. Okay. We're gonna be cutting it short in fuel, but Minmus has such a small gravity that I think the landing stage might be okay, even if I do use some of the fuel for landings. So let's just hope for the best. If it runs out, it runs out. This has gone to the moon and back before, or the moon. It has not gone to Minmus, but looking at the moon trip, it looked as if it could have. So I'll be interested to see what happens there. Are these? Yep, those are properly staged. Once that fuel stops dropping up there, I'll know that the engine is dry and that I have to switch it. Oh no, not the moon. Oh, an encounter with the moon there. Didn't want that. Stop. No, that was too far. It's far too far. So what I'm gonna do is gonna burn counter to my direction a little wee bit. I forgot to cut out the engines properly. This should be quite easy to fix though. It's just gonna cost me some fuel. That's unfortunate. Right. There we go. Oh, that's actually, I have an encounter with Minmus and the moon. So that's quite interesting. That's not. and then a curb and escape. Okay, that's not something I've had before. But today we're just going to be going to Minmus. So let's fast forward as fast as it'll let us. As it should stop automatically once I get close to where I should be. There. Alright, so periapsis is quite high. If I add a maneuver to brake, not so much. Periapsis, I want it to be a little bit lower. 47. 32. I'll go for that. I'm just gonna make sure that, what if I, for example, do it over here? That's a 23. And sort of adjust there. Okay. I'm gonna start it here, I think. Gonna fast forward a bit. So hopefully what this should give us is a nice little orbit around Minmus, which I'm going to give you a view of shortly. Not from docking. Here we go. There's Minmus over there. Little rocket here is almost out of fuel on the travel stage. Yeah, not much at all left there. But I think we're gonna be okay. Landing though, that's gonna be the difficult part. Alright, I think no, I'm gonna wait a little bit. Just gonna want to do this properly. There we go. Starting our burn. This little bit of liquid fuel. Oh, it's actually lasting us quite long out here in the vacuum of space, so that's nice. But that's it as far as that. Why didn't it go off? There we go. Burning our last bit of way here. Oh, just gonna make sure I don't go too far again. That's good. I think that's good. Yeah, periapsis of 34,000 meters. I like that. So what we're going to be aiming for up here is why doesn't it show? I'm wondering here. Oh, it does. This is our target. And as you can see, I could add a maneuver here to slightly adjust the inclination so that. Why did it disappear again? I don't see it anymore. Huh. Huh. Strange, guys. That's really strange. I know it was listed as a base. Oh, here we go. Alright. So what I want to be doing is add a maneuver out here. Oh. Which adjusts. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. That ought to do it. Yes. Yes. So node in T minus 1 day. We have a very, very, very slow orbit speed at this point. That's because Minmus has such low gravity. Oh, it is. Oh, stop. And it's spinning too. I wasn't anticipating that. Alright, we'll work that out as we get there. You know what? Instead of doing this burn, I'm just gonna. Oops, that's way too much. Just gonna circularize this one. Circularize this one here. No. 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 There we go. Oops. Down to the blue target marker there. A little bit further. It's a little bit early there. Didn't think my engines were that powerful, but it's gonna be alright. And there we go. We have something resembling a nice circularized orbit around Minmus. So, we're not above the where we want to be yet, clearly. So I'm going to be exploring my maneuver options here. So if I do something like this, that looks wholly viable. And not very fuel consuming. So that's what I think I'm going to be trying. And brake. 13 minutes until our node. A little bit further. And I think that's good. Looks good to me. Right. So what we're going to be trying now is a landing. Where? Can I just turn off my lights here for a second because I can see my electric charge being expended. No, the sun's not in site beta. That's not. That's my initial touchdown site. That's not where we want to be. Back to the map. Find this thing. Add a maneuver. Slow it divide down. But first, actually, see, because it is spinning. So we actually want to be early with our maneuver here. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna do it this way. Oh, stop! Never mind. Second pass. Second pass. Never mind. Third pass. It's turning out to be a real pain in the ass, but fuck it. It's Minmus. I should be able to get off of there. Come on, get. Now we get to land in the daytime as well, so that's nice. Actually, that was on purpose. Let's just say that was on purpose. So add a maneuver here, and I'm going to be going for a very steep, almost vertical drop. Stop, stop, no. Steep, 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 steep. Something like this. So, except I'm actually gonna. Fuck! I messed it up again. Steep drop. Turn it. And then there. I trust it now. No, I don't. I don't trust it. Here. Now I trust it. I see the bastard still moving. I do have a little surface craft there, which ostensibly will help me if I do manage to make it down there. Just somewhere in the general vicinity of the base. And I think I'm gonna flare up my engines here. General back on the engines are so rough, so incredibly foul. I'll take that. So, looks like we'll be dropping down. And step. See, already I'm starting to see an issue because the spin of the planet. Shit's already changed our. I see we're falling behind it now. It's not acceptable. This way. So apparently next time I'm landing on Minmus, I would like it to be a counterclockwise orbit? I know what direction in my head at least, so yep. Yes. Daddy likes. I'm just kind of flying by eye at this point. So I would like to be dropping down a little bit faster here. Oh, I probably did that more than I anticipated. So, adjusting in the other direction. What's it look like now? Oh, still no. What's it look like now? Still no. Okay. This is looking like it could turn into a very successful landing. If I don't fuck it up now. Still do want to get a little bit closer if I can. And I should have rigged this up with some connection ports so that I could have refueled if I needed to, but this craft is meant to be able to return anyway, so if it can't do that, then fuck it. Final burn here. Wonder if I'm too high up. I think I'll be good. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, some textures loading or something? Yeah, I think so. Alright. Here we go. Oh, I have landing gear. Should probably use that. Come on down. Come on. Just gonna let it drop for a bit. The engines looked like they were powerful enough to stop my fall a bit. Nice. Whoops. I can salvage it. Ugh. Stop! Yes. Yes. It appears we've landed. So, yeah, I suppose as a, if it counts as a payoff for this video, I'll show you what our objective was here. This is Site Andromeda, and Melee, we will be keeping her here, but Jebediah, Dandy, and Bill. Maybe not Bill. Okay, maybe Jebediah and Bill are gonna be headed home. So I'm gonna transfer them to the moon rover, which is this part of the base here. It's Jebediah in the moon rover. Actually, I might go for 3 people. Anyway, I'm gonna end recording here, and I'll see you guys around. Maybe.